Good morning. We're back on the contacts in the woods today. Fair to say, had to get back out and do some woodland photography, outdoor landscape photography, because mentally I was just going slightly insane. So we've just come out for a stroll out on the contacts, the location I've been before. I'll put a link up above and in the comments below for the last video when I was in this location. So yeah, just going to go for a stroll, do a slightly different route than what we did last time, and do some woodland photography and see what we can find. Nothing in particular, I just needed to get out. It is so important during this lockdown to at least get out the house, get out and go for a walk, get some fresh air, just clear your mind, because it's no good for anybody's mental state. Just been locked down, not been able to do anything all the time. You have to get out now and again, and just get out in the countryside and get some fresh air. Stay local, obviously. You've got to stay local, and be careful when you're out. Respect others. Respect the lockdown rules. But for your mental stability, you definitely need to get out. Okay, first shot of the day. Done a couple of slower exposures on this waterfall. Because the light is so poor, I haven't had to put any filters on. Currently shooting at 1/2 of a second at f5, and the reason I'm shooting at f5 at the moment because I'm using this poly leaf here as a foreground focus, so I'm just using that. That looks like quite a nice shot. The previous shots I was shooting at f9, 1/3 of a second, just to get some motion in the water. Yeah, a couple of interesting shots. Get them back, give them a bit of a tweak, and then I'll put them up for you to see. I think woodland photography is definitely one that you just have to get out and try. And the more you go out, the more you look at other people's images as well, get some ideas. The the more you start seeing, because I know when I first started doing some woodland photography, I was just overwhelmed by trying to isolate compositions and trying to frame them, trying to get things to stand out, and using the conditions. Obviously woodland photography is great when it's a bit misty, which it's not this morning, but there's always opportunities that you can take advantage of. So just get out to your local woodland, have a walk round, and just open your eyes and look, because there are always compositions. I don't care what woodland it is. It can be a new copse, be a evergreen fir tree forest, or it can be an old woodland with old oaks and beeches and those types of trees. There's always something to be had, so get out and have a look. I'm sure you'll find something. Okay, quite liking this composition. Got these two trees off there. I think they're probably dead. It's difficult to tell because obviously it's winter, so there's no leaves on them anyway. There might be a few leaves clinging on to life, but certainly two old trees there catching the light quite nice, and got the stream leading into them. So set the composition with the stream leading in from the bottom left hand corner. I've dropped the ISO to ISO 64, dropped it nice and low, and close the aperture down to f18 to give myself a 2.5 second exposure, just to get a bit more movement in the water. So yeah, with the moss and everything lighting up on those trees, and the dead leaves and the oranges and the browns behind, it does make them stand out quite nice. So certainly making for quite an interesting shot, I think. Okay, so the first two shots I did in portrait mode, to get a bit of height in the tree. Angled it down slightly to take out so I had no sky blowing out the highlights. But now I'm trying a couple in landscape mode, using that tree there and those two trees there to frame either side and hold either side of the image in. And it's giving quite a nice composition with the stream now leading from the center of the frame into the tree. So similar settings to the last time to get a similar exposure. Just change the composition to a landscape to see which is a better option when I get back. The only thing not so keen on in this format is that fallen tree to the left hand side. It just seems to draw your eye away from it, so that may need toning down a little bit in processing. Love the tranquility of being out in these situations, sound of that running water, and other than that, nothing really other than me yapping away again. But it's it really does relax the mind and put you in a far better place. It's lovely to be out. Lovely to be out, getting some exercise. Bought the camera and getting some fresh air. had to grab this shot. I was walking up through this this whole fallen tree here. I think I must be going mad because it reminded me, it was like it was turning and looking at me with its two horns up above and its legs. Don't know if you can see what I'm seeing. Drop a comment down below if I'm going mad or not. Quite possibly I am. Other tip with Woodland Photography is don't always rely on what you're seeing in front of you. Every now and again do a 360 and see what's behind you, because quite often things look completely different and you see things that you missed in one direction and you may see back in the other direction. So always keep looking around. Got this tree here. It's quite nice and twisted and gnarly. Lights coming off the moss quite nicely. It's got a few features on it. So I've taken the aperture right down to f3.5 to soften the background a little bit, and so make this tree stand out. And then using live view as done before, I'm getting live view, getting a nice sharp focus, using the back button, and then taking a shot. So yeah, I think that looks quite nice. We'll get it back, get it in the Lightroom, do a few tweaks, and I'm sure it'll make quite an interesting image. You all know, anybody who watches my videos, I do like a twisted gnarly tree. Well, you don't get much twisted, more twisted than this bad boy. I've taken a couple shots. I've used similar settings to the last one. I've actually opened the aperture up to f5.6 just to keep a detail in the tree, but soften the background slightly. Shooting at 1/6 of a second at ISO 64 to keep the image nice and sharp. This tree, this is the first time I've seen this tree, and it's a massive shame that there's no mist. I will definitely be coming back to get this one when we've got some misty conditions. So keep an eye out in the future. I'm sure you will see this tree again. well, I think it's probably trying to call it a day. Got a couple of shots, a couple of different ones from the last time I came up here, and definitely got some ideas for next misty morning we get to try and get up to there. So yeah, all in all, a very enjoyable morning. Time to head back to the truck. Okay, just like to thank you for taking the time out to watch my video and take a look at my channel. Hope you like what you're seeing. Hit the like button down below because it does help with the search options on my channel, and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to keep up with any of the latest content. So thanks again. Drop a comment down below. It's always nice to get some feedback, and I hope to see you next time. So until then, take it easy.